So yeah.
Hi, Mom.
No,
They're
it's
separately introduced.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm living my
It's the
dream.
First of the grand finals, right? So.
Yeah, yeah. This is what we've been waiting for.
This is it.
Candle was able to take it 2-0 actually. No, 2-1.
I'm living my dream job of watching people play games and talking shit about them.
Amazing.
All right, in the top left, we've got the blue Protoss. Took it in the round robin pools. It is Candle.
Pew, pew, pew. Oh, am I supposed to talk about him? Alright, in the bottom right corner, we have Lingboy. Pew, pew, pew.
Alright.
It's time. Are you ready to rumble? Looks like Kendall is starting up the wall.
Yeah, pretty normal, pretty normal.
Yeah, yeah.
Gonna go for that hatch.
Lingboy's going for a fairly early hatch, I think. Thanks.
All right, so how much do you want to bet that when Candle Cyber finishes, he goes for a Twilight Council, and then after that he goes for a robotics facility?
I don't know. Like, Lingboy has already fallen to it once, so he probably would be watching out for it. Although it is a very difficult thing to like counter.
Yeah, well, and
Yeah.
Candle will like. So thus far, I think I've only seen pretty much 2 different builds from him, and he'll either do the Twilight Robo Dark Shrine to go into the War Prism with DTs, or he'll do he'll start getting charge, and then he'll do Warp Prism with just like a ton of zealots, and that's how he'll try to like kind of pressure the third base and start like harassing there. So either way, like he still starts with the Twilight into the Robo, but he has like slightly different builds that he can try. But he definitely found the most success with the Dark Templar.
Sounds right. What he said. I am but a lowly platinum.
Alright, getting the Overlord in there. Not much to see. I think Candle opens the same way, pretty much the exact same way almost every single time. Cyber about to finish, so we'll see the first. He's probably gonna build the Twilight over here, and then the Robo down here once the Overlord's been taken care of.
So Garrett, you're a Protoss player, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Cannon Rusher,
Yes,
specifically.
Cannon Rusher. Yeah. How do you feel about Overlords in your base? Like, do you like actively try like do something to get rid of them, or do you just like continue about your own thing and like?
He's doing something different.
Yeah, Stargate. Yeah, he's going for. I imagine he's going for. But Lingboy's gonna see it. I imagine he's going for Phoenixes.
Usually you do at least
Mass
one
Phoenix.
Phoenix to get the Overlord away, and then you go into maybe an Oracle or 2 to start harassing, and then you can go into more Phoenix. Another popular thing is double Stargate Phoenix.
Yeah.
And double Robo,
Yeah.
and then start Immortals as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But to go back to your question, I think I overreact to Overlords in my base a little bit.
It's like seeing a roach in your base, you know?
Yeah, well, it's like,
A roach in your home.
because sometimes you like try not to throw down tech buildings for too long, or like, you know, you like want to like get your stalker out before you throw it down.
Yeah, you don't want to give away the game, right?
Yeah, like you don't want to delay it so long that like it's almost like you just forgot to put a tech building down. But at the same time, it does really suck. Like, especially like Stargate is a lot more telling than a lot of other buildings. Like
Yeah.
Robo, you're kind of going like you could be defensive with it, you can be aggressive with it.
Yeah.
Twilight, you can go a lot of different ways with, you know, going to Archon drop, going to Charge Lock, going into Adepts. Even Blank is like not as good against Zerg, but like is a thing.
Looks like we were wrong, and he went for an Oracle. So
Yeah, he went for an Oracle first, and I actually saw against Oxa Fox. I didn't see any of like the beginning of the game or anything.
yeah, mass Oracle.
Towards the end, he had like 7 Oracles or something. And Oracles, their DPS is ridiculous. Obviously, they have to be careful with the mana, because it's not, you know, like a normal attack. You have to actually. It takes a lot to initiate the Pulsar Beam, and then obviously it takes mana to actually continuously use it. But if you have a lot of them, they can melt down. Like even I think I saw it might have been SOS or someone.
Yeah.
But he had like 4 or 5, and he just melted down like hatches.
Yeah.
Like you just go in, destroy the hatch,
Wait,
get out of there.
you can hit buildings with the Oracle? I've
Yeah,
actually never seen
You
that.
can hit any ground, so they can definitely take out like a spore crawler if there's only like 1 or 2, and there are like 3 or 4 oracles. They can definitely out DPS that, out DPS queens. But yeah, they can straight up like do run bys where they'll just go by a base, zap the base for a couple seconds, and then it's just done.
Oh wow.
If you have that massive amount of oracles, he's not gonna go for that. He almost like
He's Robo. He's going
fakes
Robo.
it. Yeah. He has 1 oracle out, but that's the only thing he's built from his Stargate. And now he's just going into Robo and a lot of gates with the Templar Archives. So might be going into a Archon drop. Let me see. He hasn't really scouted much. He knows that Lingboy is on 3 bases, but as far as like tech and stuff goes, he has not really been on that side of the map. He's really mostly been just defending his 3rd base because it keeps getting ran by with Lings. Here are the first couple.
Archons. You alright?
There we go.
Yep. He's gonna do the Archon drop.
And the warp prism's right there, so should be moving across the map. Does he have? Okay, he does have roach warrens. Does he have any roaches though? Only 2 roaches. So I think Lingboy try to get into hydras as fast as possible.
Yeah. Does he have a layer yet? Yeah, I see it. I see a Hydra. So.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say I guess
Lingboy's
if he has hydras, he has to. So he's gonna try to do some multi-prong harass. Probably let the Oracle go in first to really catch the attention of Lingboy. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he thinks he can do more damage with the Oracle. I guess it takes less micro. Ooh.
Yeah, the Oracle distracted him, I imagine.
Yeah, he does get a status trap, which gets a good amount of workers, but I don't think worth it. That Oracle took a lot of damage. Obviously, losing an Archon is huge. That's so much lost minerals. I mean, I remember last game with the DTs, Candle had like 9 units lost. Lingboy had like 50, but the resources lost were still in Lingboy's favor, because High Templar and Dark Templar take so much resources. Like, they're such expensive units that losing an Archon is like so hard. And then did he have? Okay, he does have Storm completely done. So that's gonna be really nice. He has a really nice like mid to late game army already.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a while before the next push. It looks like he's keeping the High Templar, letting them charge up some mana. Yeah.
And from Lingboy, it's really mostly just Hydra.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. So High Templar are the correct counter.
Ooh, and he might just start trying to.
It looks like there's a little push coming in. Okay.
Oh, he almost did. I don't know what turned him around.
Bunch of Hydras.
More person going out, seeing if you can do any more harass. Also just checking on this 4th base. But yeah, these DTs, even if it doesn't get anything like right away, like the first couple warp-ins, Candle showed that like if you're persistent, as soon as a DT can slip in, or 2 or 3 DTs can slip into a mineral line, the damage like it makes it worth it so fast. Like they just start slaying drones, and then all of a sudden, Lingboy's down 20 drones.
Yeah. Kendall's a very patient player. You see how he hangs back and waits until the hatchery is completely built. But I guess, did he see that Lingboy's army is nearby? There goes another stasis trap.
Yeah, it's not gonna get too many. I mean, it's a couple.
It does slow down his Vespine gas production though.
Yeah, a decent amount. That's true.
Looks like Lingboy's going for Overlord drop.
Candle
And
doing
he
a
has
little bit of harassment.
he has Overlord speed coming in 1 second, and that is complete. There we go.
So it's mostly Hydras. Oh, he actually has to unload because he sees a Candle coming in with a larger force than just the Warp Prism. Even though the Zealots, the run by Zealots are actually doing a good amount of damage.
Okay, looks like the Hydra's got the Archon again once again.
Oh yeah.
So
no more
no
Archons.
storms. No storms yet, apparently.
Yeah, and I think that comes to play with you were talking about how patient Candle is.
Yeah.
He definitely wants a good engage. He doesn't want to waste storms right now. Taking out a Overlord and actually getting Lingboy a little supply blocked.
Oh,
there are no spores or anything. This DT could do a decent amount of damage.
And it's cool how it mixes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's cool how it mixes in Zealot. So like, it's like, where's that damage coming from?
Yeah, yeah. And almost like fools. Oh, nice storms. Yeah, that took about all of the Hydra. Well, actually, a lot of Hydras pulled back.
Do DTs do extra damage against light armor?
I think so. Honestly, they just do so much damage to everything that like I'm not super sure. Oh, this DT is barely alive too.
Yeah.
That's actually so unfortunate because with each swing, DTs do so much damage that like letting one barely live really hurts. And
Yeah.
that third base should go down. Although Candle's main army was completely surrounded by Hydras.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he was trying to do that. He was trying to merge the High Templar together.
They might have just been out of energy, so like it's almost all you can do because their auto attack is obviously just like complete garbage.
Yeah.
I think mainly their auto attack is so that when you A move, the High Templar just don't run into units.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much the only reason that they have an auto attack.
That's a nice improvement from Brood War.
Yeah, that's like what I've heard from like commentary and stuff is like back in the day they used to just like A move and then the High Templars would go to the front lines and like
Yeah.
sacrificed. All right, so I mean,
Ooh, those
supply-wise,
storms are painful.
Lingboy definitely has the bigger army, but yeah, if these storms keep hitting, they're doing a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, Lingboy doesn't really have an answer for the storms right now.
But Candle doesn't really have an answer for like after the units are injured. He doesn't have any immortals, you know, pumping out damage. He really only has like a few stalkers. If we go to the units, yeah, he really only has zealots and stalkers to kind of continue that damage after those storms. Their storms are nice, but
yeah.
they're usually not going to kill the units. They're usually just going to get them to those orange-red percents.
That's very good split by Lingboy. And I like how he left his army in two parts, so that anyone coming up the ramp would run into, like, get hit from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like this push is going to be turned back.
Eventually cleaned up, but I think even the Cyber Core was taken out. Yeah, there's no Cyber Core right now.
Yeah. I imagine, is Lingboy, like, preparing for another... Let's go... Oh, his base is actually under attack.
Probably some Zealot, yeah. I don't know if he still has the War Prism out here. So Kendall has an Oracle over there.
Yeah,
He may have just ran those Zealots across the map. Does he have his War... Yeah, because he doesn't have a War Prism at all anymore. So keeping Lingboy a little bit distracted.
Oh, he's continuing... Oh, he has Brute Lords now. Okay, that's actually smart. Like, he doesn't give the High Templar any time to... Well, I guess they all Archons at this point.
He's getting some Dark Templar. And is there... Yeah, there are some Overseers. So these DTs are going to be cleaned up pretty quickly. Which, honestly, that's just like a lot of resources used for really just like slightly better Zealots that were taken out really fast. Archons get some good shots off, but a little too careless and loses most of them. I think Lingboy's got this. I feel like Lingboy's just going to keep expanding. He's got Candle not completely contained, but like, I don't know. He has his army split where he's right in between his,
Oh, and there's a GG.
He's like in between his third and second, so it's really
Very
hard to like
nice.
reinforce and
Yeah.
really hard to really do anything almost from Candle's point of view.
Yeah, the Brute Lords made his life very difficult once they got involved. And he didn't really have anything like that could maneuver behind them. Maybe if he had like more stalkers and he could blink behind him, but yeah, good game.
Yeah.
That's game one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just game one. And well, and speaking of stalkers, the Cyber Core was taken out like probably like 4 minutes before the game actually ended. So like for a while he was actually just like limited to Templar, Zealots, and then maybe like Robo production. But
Yeah.
definitely
Scary.
really limits you if you don't have that Cyber Core.
You know, watching high-level games, I've always been confused when I see like largely ground-based armies clash with ground-based armies. Like, wouldn't you get so much value from tossing in like one Void Ray?
Yeah, there's not like anti-air, but a lot of the times like I feel like ground armies have enough anti-air that like especially with Protoss with like having like 1 or 2 Archons, like that negates like 5 mutas, I feel like.
Yeah.
In like the realm of, you know, like battling it out. I feel like you almost have to go a little bit more commitment to air to make it worth it, because then if you have enough then like that you can out DPS the anti-air, then you just start like straight up winning every fight.
Yeah.
Here, I'll get your mic for a sec if you want to move it or something.
Game number 2 over here.
Game number 2.
All right, so Candle didn't win that one. There we go.
It's time.
All right, in the top right, down 1-0, playing the blue Protoss, we've got
Someone get Steak Shake after?
Candle.
If there's no other choice.
And in the top left, playing the purple Zerg, up 1-0 in this grand final set, we've got Lingboy. Alright, everything looking pretty normal as always.
Alright, and I'm back. Lingboy is going for his expansion, as per usual.
Yeah, looking pretty normal thus far.
2 assimilators.
Yeah, Protoss against Zerg, well, honestly, almost against any race, just need the gas so much more than other races. That they usually get those assimilators pretty fast.
Tell that to the guy who Zealot rushed me with 4 gateways.
I guess, yeah, there definitely are some builds that it's not as required. Actually, the build that Candle sometimes goes for with the Twilight when he gets early charge, I've definitely seen where Protoss will build like 1 or 2 Immortals and then just pull off gas and only mine minerals from then on out and just keep reinforcing their armies with just more and more Zealots. Because charge lots are so good for what they cost.
Right? It feels like a very, very difficult build to counter. I imagine Zerg has to go with lots of banelings.
I would say, yeah, if you get even a couple banelings, I feel like Zealots just become so much worse. Because then you have to like really try hard microing them. Because if they accidentally get that charge set off, they're just zooming into their death, like sprinting into.
And even if you only take out 1 Zealot, like if you only lose 1 Zealot, you're still losing quite a bit.
Yeah, if you've already invested into charge and that's kind of your entire comp is just Zealots, you really need that high number of Zealots, and it's gonna be really tricky to play around banelings. Then you start having to like force field, and then force fields kind of hurt you more than the Zerg, because like you're trying to get the Zealots in, and yeah, it becomes really messy really fast. Oh, and we're gonna get more standard Candle with that Twilight Council
there we go.
coming into play.
This is trademark Dark Templar rush.
Yeah, I gotta assume it's Dark Templar. He could go into that charge lot, but that didn't work out when he did it against Lingboy, and the 2 games he did win were both the DT rush, so.
You really don't expect Dark Templar that early in the game. Or as quickly as he can pump them
Yeah,
up.
he gets them out really quick, and even, see that, when you asked about
3 minutes, 3 minute Dark Templars.
that would be insane.
Like, this is what we're looking at, 3 minute Dark Templars.
I mean, but he's not gonna have the Dark Templars out until like 4:30 maybe. But the way Candle plays it with like, when we were talking about earlier, like how much do you care about your Overlord seeing stuff? He knows that Lingboy knows what he's doing. Like, I think that's what you have to do is like just be confident that like, if you're doing your build right, it almost doesn't matter if the opponent knows what's coming. Like obviously it matters. It would be better if they didn't know, but like, you should be able to pull it off and execute in a way that almost negates their knowledge of it. And yeah, it's going to be pretty quick DTs.
Okay. He might be going for a DT drop.
And almost always he'll be taking these DTs to that 3rd base. He'll probably do what he did last game, or last set, and make 2 Warp Prisms. And then it really starts the, how well can you defend 2 spots at once? Are you splitting your army correctly? It just becomes really hard, especially with Zerg, they don't have recall or anything like that. Like, if they split wrong, they're losing a hatch, or they're losing 30 drones, 40 drones.
Yep. Alright, there we go.
So
there goes the Warp Prism.
That's 2nd Warp Prism. Dark Shrine just finished up. This might like stop here or something, get 4 DTs in it, and then continue. Or he's just going to build them straight in the base.
Yeah,
I don't like that as much.
He's going to warp them in, looks like.
And we'll just watch from Lingboy's perspective for a little bit, see when he reacts, when he realizes it. He knows it's coming.
Does he? He had a queen there, but it felt like he moved away at a very unfortunate time. Like he moved away.
With the Warp Prism?
Yeah, just as the Warp Prism came in.
That's totally what I thought.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to get the layer. That's
damn.
huge.
Yeah.
That's probably GG, honestly.
Yeah, that's rough.
He can't get Overseers out.
Yeah. You're right, 4 minute 30-second Dark Templar, and there goes the...
And like, even if he did do something, another Warp
Prism
Prism's right here, about to take out this base.
Extracting them now.
Like, you don't have Overseers. There's no way to counter this other than build spores literally everywhere.
Yeah, this is rough.
He has 1 spore here. He's starting another spawning pool. He can't even build Lings right now. This is a Candle game right now.
Yes.
He took out the layer, dude. So you literally can't build overseer. Like,
yeah, he took out the expansions, but I'm
how are you?
pretty sure that's a GG.
There's nothing candle or not. There's nothing Lingboy can do really. Like, the only thing that has detection right now is this spore crawler.
He does have an overseer. He does have an overseer.
Oh,
but
he already built one.
Yeah, he has one
Oh,
of his.
he's got two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's nothing much he can. Like, he doesn't have any anti-air to deal with the warp prisms. So until then, he's just at the mercy of, you know, the DT drops.
And he's on one base. He's yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna try to clear. Ooh.
Oh, with Archon drops.
Archon's not-
I would love to see him try to just focus down that overseer with the Archons, because you can't make any more overseers. Like, the
That's
layer is
true.
out of play. If you
That
could
is
just
true.
kill them,
Yeah.
then it's literally the only detection is the spore. All right, that hatch is turning into a layer, so eventually they will have that technology available again. But this is looking mighty rough for Lingboy. If you look at the and a perfect game from Candle thus far. Literally nothing lost. Might lose.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, you saw how the.
One unit, 450 resources.
That's a big unit though.
Archons
Is it an
are
Archon?
so expensive. Oh, and another Archon just went down.
Wait, where?
2 units, 550. No, not defending there. I don't know. Maybe
did
it was
it
just
die
a
in the
DT
warp
or two.
prism?
Oh, did the warp prisms get taken out?
Died
No,
of his wounds.
there's still
That was
2.
wound.
I don't know where that unit died, because
Just send me that.
I gotta head out, but
see you at the next community night, dude.
See you, man.
Or, monthly or whenever you come back. I'll see you. Okay, dope. Alright, another little interaction. Alright, so Candle now has the
There's
force.
a lot of sentries.
He's gonna destroy Lingboy's army.
Yeah,
I mean, now that he's had time to just like tech up. That's
And he gets so much value out of the sentries as well. Oh, the queens have been caught out of position.
yeah, this is just so good for Candle.
Yeah, this is rough. That's a GG. Yeah, that was a nasty game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, once the DTs took out the layer and the third hatch, it's almost impossible to come back from that, I feel like, as a Zerg. Because, like, as a Zerg, you need your bases more than any other race. Because you have to have those larvae, you have to have that production. And he just didn't.
Alright, and that concludes our championship game for this tournament. Is that no?
That's 1-1, baby. We're going to game 3.
Oh yeah.
'Cause Lingboy won the first one.
Lingboy did win. Okay, cool.
So we've got this. This is what it all comes down to, and it's Cyber Forest. Candle's afraid of cheese. Lingboy has not cheesed this tournament. I would love to see Lingboy go for an early pool.
Lingboy doesn't really cheese much.
He really doesn't. I think he's gone for an early pool in the ZVZ before,
Yeah.
but
He's a very safe and
Yeah.
considered player. Like cheesing just exposes you to like too many risks.
yeah, and then you just aren't like as solid in your fundamentals usually.
Unless it's cannon rush.
Yeah, because then you just win.
Yeah, right.
Who needs fundamentals? Candle needs a sec. He says in chat.
It's getting over.
Oh, he's breathing.
He's getting over the salt in his
Dude,
wounds.
he said his stomach was hurting the last set that he won, because of just like his nerve. Playing at like a LAN center, like in person, where you see your opponent, you're playing for money. Like, it is a very different experience than just laddering for 3 hours, 5 hours.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I play so much better at home.
Yeah. I mean, that's like one of my favorite parts about like competition and stuff is just like it is a whole new feeling, and it is like for so I play, my main game is like Melee, like that's like my best like competitive game, but people always talk about like they don't really want to go to tournaments before like they can play well, like they don't want to like go and lose.
Yeah.
And like you just have to realize that like losing, you have to compete in tournaments, and you have to play with tournament nerves, and like that's a skill in itself, is playing in tournament. Like no matter how good you are at your house or with your friends, that does not translate to you doing well in tournament.
For sure. Yep.
Like,
And like regularly going to tournaments is like one of the like best ways to really address those nerves. Like after a while,
Yeah.
you just get desensitized.
yeah,
Are we streaming or are we just chatting right now?
Oh no, we are streaming. We're live.
Okay, cool. Yeah. As you know, someone who's been playing music for the last like 12, 13 years, it's a completely different experience when you go on stage and play. Like
Oh,
something that
yeah.
was easy for you to play, suddenly it just feels different. Like even if you don't subjectively feel like more tense or stressed out,
Mhm.
like yeah, it's just a completely different experience.
Yeah, like almost like your muscle memory, even just like it's so much harder to like
Yeah.
do again like
Yeah.
what you said, like do the thing that you have practiced for hours at a time. Like you can do it with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Doing it in front of people is a whole new thing.
Yeah. The main thing is that, you know, most of your higher order like thoughts shut down. So whatever you're doing in front of other people, you need to like practice that much that you're not thinking about it anymore.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
to be second nature rather than you consciously deciding everything that you're doing on the spot. All right. For the game 3, this is the final game of the entire tournament. The difference between first and second is probably going to be like $50 to $100. This is probably a pretty big difference in money.
What's the first prize?
So it's 60% of the prize pool, and I think Josh said that he's gonna make up whatever we don't. Like
Oh,
basically, we're gonna guarantee like the 250.
Yeah.
So that's like
I do need to pay.
oh yeah, still go on Maturino.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I go in here?
yeah, you should be able to.
Are these computers safe?
For your own personal benefit in life, there's 4 people in the pyro room playing StarCraft together.
Well, I might have to check that out after
May
this.
or may not be Fishzilla, so go ahead, give them a hard time when you're out playing.
All right, so coming into this final match, in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss Candle.
And in the top left corner, in purple, we have Lingboy.
Nice. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to do that while trying to type in your Maturino information. Alright, so it looks like he's, Lingboy is not going to go for any, sort of crazy cheese or anything like that. He does go for his hatch first, hatch gas pool.
Hey, how do I find the event on Maturino?
If you just go into like the URL and type maturino.com/t/OSL super, it'll just take you to the page.
OSL Super?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that. Alright, perfect.
Nice.
Very nice.
Alright, the Adept's coming out. We got Warp Gate started. And let's see. Twilight Council, of course.
There we go again.
Tried the Stargate once, but that just didn't work out. You got to go.
Is that a proper wall he has there right now?
Not yet. So he has to finish it off with a gate here,
Okay.
and then it'll be a 1 unit wide, break, so you can fill it in with an Adept or a Stalker or whatever.
And here comes the Ling Flood. No. Alright.
Alright, Adepts make its way around. Both gases taken already on natural. A little bit interesting. Brock's facility coming down. No charge. Well, I guess charge wouldn't be able to start anyway. Okay, no, it is. Just wanted to make sure it was a DT drop as usual. Did he just bring his Adept all the way back? Okay, he did. He scouted a little bit with his Adept. Let me see. So he didn't see the double gas at the natural. But he may have seen the drone count or something. But he got the information he wanted, I guess. Got in, got out. Oh, did you see that? So
He do a cancel?
yeah, so with Lingboy's vision, he saw the gases started, and then Kendall canceled them after
Oh, mind games right there.
the Overlord was gone.
So, do you think Kendall like switched up his strategy just because Lingboy spotted it. Like, what's he going after now?
I think he's doing the exact same thing. I think he was trying to make Lingboy think he might be doing something different. I mean, I don't know how important those gases were, but he did, try to mix up the timing a little bit. Oh, he actually did a full wall off. So he's not trying to play any games. He doesn't even want the,
Yeah, he should.
one unit.
Yeah, he should wall off.
But that means he kind of needs to, finish it here and do it with 2 bases, because now getting out of his base and trying to get that third and stuff will just be a lot more annoying with a full wall. Because I don't think, anything can get in or out of there. Just getting these DTs in. Where's the Spore? Spore's right there. So shouldn't be able to do too much. And we got the Overseer already ready.
Looks like Ling has Hydralisks already.
Yeah, and Candle's actually missing a DT as well, so he's not going to be able to get 2 Archons going yet. Oh, he does have the 2 War Prisms, though. This is what he did in the last game of their set, or the last set, where he pretty much just kept pulling apart Lingboy until he made a mistake. And it looks like that's what he's going to do now, but Lingboy didn't even go for a third yet. Oh, he's going now. So that's probably going to die immediately.
Ooh.
Surprise. And he's going back into the main, getting a little bit of damage with... I don't like that it's just 1 Archon, and that War Prism's actually really scary low.
Yeah. I'm surprised, yeah.
So I guess he can keep Lingboy on the 2 base, but he's also going to be 2 base on himself. Ooh, going Colossi, actually.
That's interesting.
Getting a Colossus out. I guess it'll actually be able to walk over this wall, so that's an interesting reason, if that's the reason. When that Muta just a little bit ahead of the Overseer. It's going to be taken out, but Lingboy securing his third, which means that he's not protecting his main. Oh, but he is. Lingboy's defense has been super on point tonight.
Yeah, he knows who he's dealing with.
Alright, War Prism might try to cancel his hatch with some DTs soon, but Lingboy's moving across. He might be able to... He has a pretty good chance. Oh, and he's coming in right as Candle's actually taking out his wall.
Candle's taking out his own wall.
Lingboy should just wait 1 second.
Yeah.
Alright, sees the Colossus. Is he going to go into any crazy tech? Probably want not Broodlords, Corruptors eventually to deal with that Colossus, but...
Why do you think Candle's trying to break his own wall? Did he accidentally wall himself off? It looks like he did.
Well, I think...
He did a complete wall off.
That's what I was saying, yeah. So I think earlier he either A, wasn't trying to get a full wall off, or B, was trying to get a full wall off for the DT push so he couldn't be like counter harassed. But now it's getting to like the mid game where he's going to want to be able to get a third soon. He's going to want to be able to move out if he wants to. Like, he just can't be... he can't be stuck on 2 bases the entire game.
Yeah.
And I think when Lingboy actually got this third up and kind of proved that he was able to push away the DT harass, that's when Candle realized he was going to have to actually expand and actually macro this one out. But Candle is very confident in his late game. I remember he had stats like, it was something like he wins like 93% of the games that go past 10 minutes or something. Something ridiculous where like, if he can get to that point, he wants it to be late game. He wants both armies to be maxed out, because he can handle that. But
Right, here comes the DTs.
yeah, and they might just be able to get a cancel on this base. Not a cancel, but like just destroy this base if
Yeah.
he just focuses it. Yeah, DTs are so freaking strong. It's like 7 swipes and 4 just destroy a base.
Oh, they wrecked that base so quickly.
Yeah, and if he can get... Oh, War Prism, go towards him! Go towards him! Okay. He at least got 2 out. Probably going, straight into an Archon. So 2 Colossi. Oh, 3. Okay, 3 Colossus. Some Zealots.
Oh, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah, especially if he has a War Prism to micro with. Could be really hard. There are a few Corruptors I was talking about to try to deal with the Colossus.
So he does have the army split up at this point.
Oh yeah, these Hydras are actually getting really good damage coming in from the back. These Hydras had to fight the Zealots, but there were no Zealots in the back, so these Hydras are getting a lot of damage.
Do Colossi get like air vision?
Yeah, they do.
They do? Okay.
But they also obviously get attacked by anti-air, which is rough. So he only has one Colossus left. Army supply is pretty close together, honestly.
This is a very anti-macro game at this point.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, that's a strong wall.
I mean, Candle's like, you know, he's positioned to take his third, but he really just needs to support his army that he has out right now. That last Colossus does go down. He only has Stalkers now, and they don't have Blink, so he's going to try to just run away, throw in some more DTs, but... Oh, is there an Overseer over here? Oh, there actually isn't.
No, they killed his Overseer earlier.
So maybe these DTs can get some damage in. Oh, never mind. There's going to be an Archon. A little more damage. Oh, I feel like Archons are way too expensive to do run-bys like that with. Zealots, it makes sense to kind of throw 3 Zealots at a mineral line and then not really care what happens to them. But with Archons, I mean, we saw it in the Units Lost tab, you know, when one Archon goes down, it's like 300, 400 minerals, or 400 resources. Let's check those again. Actually, the resources lost are super similar right now. Doing some long distance mining, still not putting down this base.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to still just try to pump out units and go for an attack, or
Feels like he's trying to keep up the momentum.
one more Zealots. Yeah, he's going to try to keep the pressure on. He does have like a few of those higher tech units that if he can keep those alive and start... Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that was really nice. Keeping that Archon alive even for just like a couple more hits is super worth it, because now no Archons have gone down yet. Colossus will be taken out, but now the Corruptors kind of can't do anything. I guess they can get the Warp Prism, but...
Yeah. Which is important. At this point, I will send them over to his base and just puke on the...
Yeah, start trying to corrosive...
Yeah.
Not corrosive bile. I forget what their thing is called, but yeah, puke on their bases,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, looks like Candle.
Damn, alright. He lost a few too many important units, I think, and
Well, I
That's
mean... whenever someone like quits after like their attack fails, it always confuses me a little bit. I guess he respects Lingboy enough to know that Lingboy will punish him for not having, you know,
for
3
this dip,
bases.
yeah. No, I definitely know what you mean, where it's like, they're not even on your side of the map,
Yeah.
so like, why would you quit? But I
Yeah.
definitely understand his idea of like, it's just like losing so many Archons, so many of those huge tech units that, especially for Protoss, like their whole kind of gimmick, their whole like thing is that they have these crazy expensive units that if you keep them alive, they just turn into a death ball.
Mm-hmm.
But if you lose a couple of them, it's like, that can just be the game, because you invested so much time, so much resources into them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is the OSL Super. That's it. Let me see if they actually recorded. Yeah, here, you can take that off if you want. So third place, they haven't recorded their matches quite yet. But Lingboy will be taking first, Candle taking second, and Aspidistra and Ox the Fox in third and fourth in some order. You can check the bracket in a second. I'm going to go talk with them and see if they're done. Nice. And yeah, that's it. So this is BY15 signing out. Thank you everyone who watched it. And see you at the next monthly.